Guys, Uzbekistan's gonna be pretty cool. They would have sold the Prophet Muhammad himself. And she said it's like left and then right and then left and then right, and there should be a camel and music.
I don't have food.
Soulless trash.
We're like in the desert.
Yo, fucking zoinks. I just didn't read the pamphlet, sorry guys.
I am made to be free.
Sick. We just got into Khiva, Uzbekistan.
This is so cool.
We came out for dinner and we just came into Old Town. We thought, oh, we'll do our Old Town tomorrow. But look at this. This is insane. This is so beautiful. Guys, Uzbekistan's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh, you're so sweet.
We're starting our very cold day here beneath this, look at this cool wall. The old city wall here in Khiva, where we are enjoying a almost blistering hot 4 degrees Celsius. Guys, it's so cold, we're dying. But today, we have 2 days in Khiva. Today we're exploring the old walled city of Khiva and the areas around it, and then tomorrow we're gonna head out of town with a hired car and driver to go to see some fortresses. But today we're gonna be hanging out here in this old town, this old slave capital. So apparently Khiva and Bukhara were the slave capitals of the world. 100,000 people were bought and sold in markets here in Khiva per year. It was apparently said that the Turkmen were such prolific slave traders that they would have sold the Prophet Muhammad himself could they get his hands on him. So that's crazy. That's a crazy statement. But yeah, there's a lot of history here, and it just like it's like a super cool place to explore. So we're really excited. How neat that is. Stacey was just saying how neat that is. So we're up on top of the wall now in Old Town. You can buy a ticket and it gets you into most of the historic stuff. There's 3 different things that are like separate items you gotta like pay additional for.
This is one of them.
This is one of them, walking up here on the walls. The other 2 are climbing a minaret and something else.
I think the other one was also a tower.
2 towers? The ticket price for the general ticket is 200,000. We were seeing online it was 50,000. I think Uzbekistan has discovered tourism. Classic, even just earlier this year, I think it was about 50 or 60,000. The whole ticket now it's 200,000. So it's gone from about $5 or $6 to now it's like 15 or 16 bucks. And then the additional items are worth combined more than the actual whole ticket. So if you want all in for everything here in the Old Town, you're looking at like 32, 33 US dollars, which is as much as Pamukkale, which seems crazy because we got a Yandex Go this morning for 70 Canadian cents. And that's crazy. We were a little bit shocked to see that because all the info online was saying that it was like $5. But we're up here on the walls. It's 20,000 to get up here. That's $1.50. That's an easy spend. We're gonna get great views of the city, and then we're gonna decide if we're doing this other ticket. Because there is a couple things I guess people are saying are definitely worth seeing, so we'll see. We're just walking around Old Town. They got balloons going up, and we were walking on the wall. It was really nice. There's a bunch of tourist groups everywhere. Yo, old people love Uzbekistan. That's like, there's so few. There's maybe like for everybody there is retired, guaranteed. Uzbekistan seems to be the place that you come to when you have the time. It feels so far away from the rest of the world that unless you're on a big trip like this, you're traveling overland through Central Asia, you would never just like find yourself here or come here.
Unless you're retired.
Unless you're 90 years old. So we were just saying we're kind of lucky. We're kind of lucky to be here because we have given ourselves the opportunity to be here before we need help getting up steps. We got the directions to some samsa cooking in the oven, and she said it's like left and then right and then left and then right, and there should be a camel and music. I don't know. It's cool around here though, but we're both like really hungry.
So we went on our wild goose chase for samsa straight from the oven and failed.
It failed spectacularly.
But we found a little restaurant.
This is where we had lunch, Layla. It's the only place in Old Town, I think, that isn't like an egregious tourist trap. But look at this view this restaurant gets. Look at this way. Gorgeous. I'm glad we found that place. I enjoy it. I really enjoy Khiva. I think it's very nice. Stacy?
Yeah, and I find like, I don't really think we need to pay to go into the museums. Like, there's just so much exploring you can do.
And that's not just because we're like super cheap. We paid to go up the wall and stuff. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is like you look at it from the outside. That's like the point of it. Unless you want to like climb a minaret, the point is the way it looks. What do we got? What do we got? Oh yeah. What's that? Why are those pigeons there? One of the many mysteries of Uzbekistan. These Uzbek doves here. What are they for? I don't know. Oh look, there's a statue of two people wrestling.
So we did not buy the museum ticket, but one of the mausoleums was just an extra small fee, so we came in here. It's very beautiful. Lots of blue tile, and there's tombs in here as well. But yeah, it's very beautiful.
It's almost 4 o'clock here in Old Town Khiva, and this is a one day town. I think it's really nice. It's really neat. Stacy's seen a cat. She's calling it over. Jesus, she sees it and she just
Can't help myself.
Look how sweet.
it's like purring. We are here for 2 days because the second day tomorrow we're going out on a day trip, and it's supposed to be like 6 or 7 hours long. How are your fleas?
I don't have fleas.
And so that's what's keeping us here for 2 days. Otherwise, 1 day is definitely enough to see Old Town, but
Like, it's quite touristy, but it's still fun to explore for sure.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's nothing. It's not original, you know.
We just walked into the palace here. We thought this would be on the main ticket. Maybe some of the indoor areas are, but you can get into the main courtyard at least, which is cool. It's very, again, lots of that blue tile. It's very, very pretty. That was really cool, and it really made it not necessary to buy the museum ticket because all the things we wanted to see were either a separate smaller fee or just open to explore, which was really cool. The only one that would have been included that we would want to see was the Juma Mosque, but you could just take pictures from the doorway.
Walking from Old Town towards the train station, we're headed for dinner, and we've found this area of development, these brand new buildings that are all going up that are just like, whoa. What it clearly rings out to me as is the same kind of as Dubai, which is like that like development for the sake of development. So they just build all these brand new buildings and they're like empty and soulless. There's not any personality to them. And then it's just this gigantic gold store. I don't know. I like the Old Town better. This is just soulless trash.
Hello, hello.
Quick lights.
Oh.
Just kidding. Obviously, I'm just
Psych. So today we are visiting 3 fortresses, Khorezm fortresses around Khiva. We hired a driver. It was only $40 for the whole day, which is like so cheap. And we've arrived at our first one, and it looks really cool.
It's called Kyzyl Kala.
But yeah, this looks really neat. I'm really glad we're getting away from the city, getting out in nature a little bit. We're like in the desert. We're just walking around the top. This is so neat. It just like looks like kind of like mud that's hardened.
Mud brick.
Yeah, it's like hard.
You can see it's just pushed into like a mass, just like one goopy. Fortress facts with Tristan. This was built in the 1st or 2nd century Common Era and was destroyed, totally destroyed. And then it was rebuilt in the 15th or 16th century. So it's like 500 or 600 years old. It's cold. That's another fact. It's cold today.
It's cold in the desert.
Apparently, the exact use of this structure was unknown. Scholars, as they tend to do, are debating whether it was an old barracks or whether it was an old fortified like manor home. Our expert opinion is that it's clearly a structure. That's what you got from us. Oh, watch out for holes. Wonder if it's a murder hole.
Oh my god.
Okay, what's in there? Hold on. Yo, fucking zoinks, Zoidberg.
So
okay,
good.
all right. Well, stay clear of that shit. Oof. Holy doodle.
Get in the hole,
I
Tristan.
don't know, I took a picture. Get in the hole. No. No. Once you're actually here, it's really cool, and you're walking around. It's nice. It's cool, but there's not a lot to do. Walking along the base of it, it reminds me of pictures I've seen of the ziggurats of old Sumeria and Ur and Uruk. Very kind of a similar sort of mound, not pyramid, but like a mound kind of structure.
We are at our second location here. This one's really neat. It has like this big pit. And this is neat because there's these arched spaces. We just came over like this little hill. And this fortress actually is in very good shape. You can see all the different rooms with the mud walls and everything. Some stepped areas. This is really cool. This is much more to explore.
I am a bit remorseful, regretful perhaps, that I don't have all my normal overflowing knowledge of history for you. I just didn't read the pamphlet, sorry guys, but it looks pretty cool. We found some circles, like decoration. Question mark. It's pretty neat. My favorite thing about this one is that at each of the peaks, there's one over here and this one up here. You're the highest thing around, so you get gorgeous panoramas of the area around us. It's really nice. Maybe that's why this was built. People just were like, I want a nice view.
We overheard the tour guide saying that these circles that are in the wall are indeed where they found portraits of kings. So there's a bunch of them. So each one held a different image, a different leader at some point. Yeah, they're all around this room here. Cool.
We come down here to the lake's edge where apparently in summer it's encouraged for you to swim and roll around in the mud, but it's way too cold for that. But after this lake, we still have one more fortress to do, the most exciting one. It's actually 3 fortresses.
Three for one.
And I didn't read the pamphlet, so I'll tell you what it's about later. We did read the pamphlet about the other one we were just at, and what it was like kind of like the castle. All the kings used to live there. That's why there are pictures up on the wall. Obviously, as the city fell into disrepair, it just became like an administrative capital. I did hear a tour guide talking about them finding like scrolls and paperwork.
yeah.
And that was, there you go. It became it's just like a clerk's office. It was a big fancy clerk's office. We've arrived to the final destination.
This is so cool.
It is a really cool one. It's like up on a hill. This one's called Ayaz Kala, and luckily for you guys, we brought the pamphlet so we can tell you all about it as we get up there. Look, we were walking through the sand dunes to get up there.
Yeah, this one feels the most deserty just because it is sandy.
We had a ticket entry for this place as well. Everything is 15,000 everywhere we went. But I don't know if this lady's official. She just came running up and she's like, excuse me, tickets. And we're like, all right. Because we asked the tour group, we asked Islambek, does everywhere have entry? And they said yes. So
Yeah, I think some people who like rushed
you
ahead
just
of
get out of
us
your car and
didn't.
you just go. And then they can't catch you. So anyways, we got a long way to walk up here. We'll see you when we get up there, I think. We are walking along the whole outer wall here of the fortress. It's really nice looking out. Wow, you might be wondering, Tristan, what's that pamphlet of yours say about this wonderful fortress up here on a hill? And it says that it was a fortress up on a hill. And that's it. There's 3 in close proximity. And it wasn't a palace of kings or administrative center or whatever the first one was. They're like, it was a fortress. We think maybe it's from here. This is the best place to end our video. Here, the sand dunes pushed up against these old walls. Ends our tour and ends our time here in Khiva. Tomorrow, we head to Bukhara on our next adventure along the Silk Road here in Central Asia.